Hey guys, hello. Welcome to today's Fiveable live stream, which is all about taking lecture notes in AP World History Modern. So I'm your host, Jamal Willis, and if you guys see down in the polls, I've left you guys a little area where you guys can tell me how is your AP class going, so make sure you guys check that out. As well as if you guys have any questions for me during the stream, make sure you put it in the question area. Also, if you guys are having any problems with my microphone right here, just leave a comment there and I'll make sure to fix that during the stream. And also, if you look in the call of action, it says save your spot for another live stream. Yeah, so Fiveable basically offers a lot of live streams if you guys don't know about, and make sure you guys just take take all the advantages that Fiveable has to offer and make sure you guys utilize it to the best of your ability. So if you guys aren't joined to any Fiveable social networking, make sure you go join our Twitter, our Instagram, and our YouTube at Think Fiveable. So here are some ways in which Fiveable can help you. If you go to fiveable.me, you can literally ask like students, super students, or teachers questions about SAQs, LEQs, DBQs, all kinds of that like good stuff. And then we could help you like write your essays, just give you guys content to clarify things that are happening in your AP class. And yeah, so hopefully you guys take advantage of that. I know I did last year when I was taking the AP test, and so it was really helpful. So yeah, just take advantage of everything that Fiveable has to offer. So during this stream, we're gonna dive into the the steps in how you're gonna take your lecture notes. So you have your before process, which is all about being prepared for your lecture notes. You also have what are you gonna do while you're taking your lecture notes, and that just includes like your note-taking methods, how you stay engaged during these lecture notes, and then you're going to have your after taking the lecture notes, just some things that you guys want to know about when it comes to taking those lecture notes and how are you going to utilize them for when it comes time to study for the big test or just to study for any unit test or like those little tests that your teacher gives you at any moment in time, and how these lecture notes can help you. Also in the stream, we're gonna have like a little comparison of how you take notes. So I'm just gonna show you guys a diagram of two different styles, and you guys are gonna analyze it and decide which one works better for you. So yeah, and then we're gonna have a little Q&A portion. So you guys just ask me any questions about how AP World History is going, just like anything in general. Like you can even ask me how my day's going, like literally. Okay, so I'm just gonna check the polls. Let me see if anybody is like, okay, so I've seen one person that said good. So make sure all of you other people just like go to that poll and just like comment, how is it going? Is it good? Is it not? Just, yeah. So diving into our live stream, we have before taking lecture notes. So the first thing you guys are gonna make sure you do is be prepared. And the forms of being prepared are reading your assigned textbook. Guys, I can't stress this enough. If you guys don't read your textbooks, you're not going to get the information you guys need to like discuss with your teachers, and you won't know what the heck is going on in class. So make sure you guys read your textbook. In doing so, it gives you optimal like ways in which you're going to divvy up the pages into certain like notes, like you're going to do this one day, you're going to do this like these other 5 notes the other day. So it just gives you a sense of how you're going to do, how you're going to know about the information you want to know in AP World, and how it's going to help when you're taking your lecture notes. Take notes from the textbook for enhanced comprehension. So you guys know that your textbook is like your ultimate guide, and it gives you everything. It details out everything you guys need to know. It's super pedantic, and yeah, you guys should really use your textbooks. It's super helpful. Watch a video. Hey, that's not a bad idea. If you guys don't want to read your textbook, an alternative is watching videos on YouTube, on Fiveable, just anywhere, because these videos can truly help you when it comes to taking your lecture notes beforehand. It gives you the advantage of being prepared. So, yeah, our recommendations for these videos, you can go on Fiveable, Heimer's History, John Green's, like everybody loves John Green's crash course. The ones that are relevant though, because some of his topics do go off course a little bit, so make sure you guys know what key concepts you're studying beforehand. And if you're going to watch John Green, make sure you know that the key concepts you're going to want to know coincide with his videos. And yeah, Adam Norris as well. That's just a few little uh, videos I would recommend. Have a little pictures over here. So basically, the stream is just all about being prepared and making sure you know the information beforehand. Yeah, just the little images over there. So we're gonna just dive into being prepared a little bit more. And here you see a meme of President Barack Obama just saying me when I'm reading my textbook before taking notes. Yeah, love that meme. So when it comes to being prepared, you're understanding and comprehending the content, before approaching a lecture and can that can be proven to be exponentially beneficial. So, for example, reading your textbook, like I said before, that's just another way that's going to help you guys. Summarizing content, that's also good. So when you guys have watched a video or read your textbook, you guys can always summarize that content before going in to your lecture notes. So it just gives you guys something to go off of. It's basically just a foundation that you guys need into going into those lecture notes. Watching supplemental videos, John Green, going on Freemanpedia, just reading about that. Then you have, by reviewing each of these videos, you'll be prepared for your lecture, and it would enable you guys to take more concise, effective, and clean notes. Emphasis on clean. Because when it comes to taking your AP test, you guys don't want to have those dirty, crumpled up notes that you've been having in your bag for like the past 5 months. And then when it comes to time for you guys to study, you guys are like searching around everywhere for these types of notes. So in this video, I'm just going to teach you guys how to do your notes as well. So just be prepared for that. Yeah. Then the last thing that should be taken into consideration whilst being prepared is that you guys need to lower your anxiety. When you guys have your anxiety into going into your notes, it doesn't really help. So yeah, just try to lower your anxiety levels. I know AP can sometimes be intense, but just treat it like any regular class, but it's just more information basically. So yeah. So while taking your lecture notes, most important thing you guys need to know about is paying attention. Guys, as teenagers, I know the distractions in the classroom. I've been in your guys' shoes. Like, it's very hard to pay attention, especially when you have all these types of students and like your outside world in like social media. But it's crucial for you guys to stay attentive when your teacher is doing these lecture notes, because you guys don't want to miss out on anything that's happening in the classroom. So make sure to take proper comprehensive notes. Be an active listener, not a passive listener. So the difference between those, an active listener is one who is actually comprehending and taking in the information and like actually making comprehensive and like good notes instead of like versus a passive listener who's just writing down notes, doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, so make sure you guys be attentive in your classroom and cognizant of like the ways you're taking notes and how that's going to help you in May or studying when it comes to the AP World Test. A next thing you guys need to know about is asking questions. Like right now, you guys could literally ask me a questions if you want to, but when it comes to taking lecture notes in class, make sure you guys are asking your teacher questions because it really shows that you guys are engaged with what's going on, you're engaged with the discussion, and it just shows you guys are comprehending what's coming out of the teacher's mouth. The next point, get a good night's rest. Like I had those days in AP World where I just was not sleeping. I always had to be like prepared in classes. I had to always going with my mind ready, but like somehow it wasn't because I was always like tired sometimes. But yeah, you guys just need to have that at least 6 hours of sleep minimum, 6 to 5, and you guys should be good. If you guys need more, we'll dive into that and how you stay alert during those classes. So make sure you guys have that success mentality and poise. Just like have a focused mind, have that good attitude, that energy you guys need and like want. And it just shows you guys that like you're gonna do good. You're gonna have that great. You're gonna get your great lecture notes, and those notes are gonna benefit you in the future or when it comes to taking the AP test. So next point, sit next to a reliable friend. This can really limit your distractions. I know I had those friends last year that I just sat down with. Sometimes I just wanted to talk. Sometimes I just wanted to like vent my problems. But like you guys have to know the time and place where you're gonna sit next to those distracting friends and when you're gonna actually want to learn and pay attention to what the teacher is saying. So you guys just need to find those like the ones that are actually gonna work, so just in case you guys don't hear something or you interpret it a different way, you have a friend to clarify or just a friend to lend you an extra hand during that time frame. But do not sit next to the ones that are going to be very distracting and very disruptive because it doesn't help with your learning. It just stunts your growth and just like yeah, I don't know what to say. Just like sit next to those reliable friends and don't don't sit next to those distractive ones. Make sure you find a seat near to the slide, projector screen, and the teacher. So this is going to be very helpful because you guys are up close. You're up like right there next to wherever the projector, the screen, the teacher is. So you guys are getting all of the good notes. You guys are seeing it clearly. You guys are hearing the teacher clearly, and you're not distracted at the back. Because I know if you guys sit at the back, you're just like looking at everybody else and not focusing on what's going on right in front of you. So make sure you guys get that seat right at the front of the classroom. And if you look to the right of the screen, you'll just see some types of notes. These are two styles. We're just going to go over them like in the next slide and we'll just compare and contrast. That's a historic skill you guys should know about, comparing and contrasting these types of notes. So here you go. Method 1, we have Cornell notes, and then method 2, we have the outlining method. So let's just dive into these real quick. So method 1, the Cornell notes, it's all about, it's the tried and true like dedication strategy. It's for high achieving learners. Well, basically it just says it's for the avid kids basically, but whatever. It's just like detailed enough so you guys can see everything clearly. You have your table, which has your name, the date, and then you have the other side of the table, which just has your class period and the topic as well. The topic could also be the key concept topic, so yeah. And then just look at the table. It divides everything up clearly and concisely. So you have your vocab in one area, then you have your key topic in another. Yeah. And then method two, the outlining method, it's just the common, essential, it's like the traditional method that students normally use. I prefer using the outlining method just because I feel like it's useful. It's not like Cornell notes where you have to like be using all your extra time just to like do all of this, make a table, make sure the table looks neat. Like I just feel like the outlining method it works, it's traditional, but it's super beneficial in the long run. So yeah, and analyzing this table, the outlining method, you see your name, your topic, your date, and then you have your key topic, number one, your subtopic, extra additional information, and then you have like next you have your list, your charts, your pictures, your quotes, whatever you guys want to include. It's always up to you, but just know that these are just little helpful ways in which you guys can improve your writing. So this slide is just about how you guys are going to engage yourself during lectures, because I know sometimes they tend to be tedious, they tend to be long, and they just like they're boring. We all know lectures are boring, but you guys just have to learn how to be attentive and be engaged during these lectures. So one tip, ask questions. That's like the quintessential thing you guys can do. Because if you guys are asking questions, it shows that you're attentive, but and at the same time, your mind is like alert into like accepting these answers and like knowing more, and it's super engaging, it's super fun, and it just makes you guys even better historians, because you guys are asking questions, and with these answers you're gonna like, oh whoa, what's going on here, you're like making up arguments at the same time, you're just like analyzing. So yeah, asking questions is going to be super helpful when it comes to being engaged during a lecture. Next, asking of course related questions is a great way to ensure that the content truly sinks in. Yeah, same thing. Once you guys ask those questions that you need to like you want the answers to or whatever, it just sediments that like knowledge into your brains, and it's just stored right there and you can access it whenever you guys want to. So make sure you guys are asking those fundamental questions, those course related questions you guys need to in AP World. So a next tip, take notes. Yes, take notes. Be an active note taker is going to be super helpful. So yeah, it's a great way to spur interest and retention during a lecture. Active listening is a great way to go. Like, come on, guys. Active listening, active note taking, comprehending what's going on. Yeah, gonna really help you guys. Next, you have, if you can't really pay attention, record your lecture, tape it for home purposes, or set up a study session with a reliable partner, with a reliable friend that you sit next to. So just diving into the recording or taping the lecture, make sure you guys have permissions from your teacher to take this lecture, because I know it's a law that there's a law that prohibits you guys from recording your teachers now. So make sure you guys have their consent to that. But if you guys aren't really engaged during classes, you can always record it on your Chromebook, because I know when you record it on your Chromebook, it like types it out for you, or just record it on your phone, which can be super beneficial, because like some persons are auditory learners, so they listen best through hearing. So yeah, record your notes, tape your notes, whatever. Setting up a study session with a reliable partner is always another alternative if you guys aren't really good at staying attentive during your classes. So with these study sessions, make sure you guys are questioning too, and like teaching each other, because the it's always stated that the best way to learn is by teaching. So make sure you guys use those kind of like tips. Make sure you guys sit beside a reliable partner as well. So yeah. Okay, I see a comment here. It says there's a voice text feature on Google Docs. I think that's what Jillian is referring. Okay, yeah, to use on your Chromebooks. I don't know who Jillian is, but okay, yeah. So basically just use your Chromebooks. Super helpful too. And for those people who like love their Starbucks, make sure you guys go get a Starbucks, get some coffee, get something like that to like keep your minds attentive and engaged during your lectures. Yeah, I know when I was doing AP World last year, I had a lot of Starbucks and just a lot of caffeine. Even my teacher herself, like she had to have Starbucks 3 times a day. So just stay attentive no matter what during your lectures, and it's going to benefit you guys in the long run. So what to do after taking your notes? First thing you guys are going to want to do, watch a video to re-jog your memory. Like go on Crash Course, go on all like Freemanpedia, go read something. Go on Fiveable to like jog your memory about what you've just learned. And it will be beneficial in the long run. Yeah, see preferable resources, Fiveable, Crash Course. They're great resources that you guys can utilize to your advantages, and they're going to be super helpful. Like Mr. Beckman just said, repetition is key in knowing and learning about AP World History. So next thing you guys can do, print your notes, like type them up and print them. That's what I did last year. I always ensured that when I was doing like during these lecture notes, I was typing my notes because I know my handwriting is messy and like kind of ugly. So I make sure I had good notes. So when it came time for me to read, I could like understand and comprehend what I was actually writing about. So that's going to be super helpful. And next thing you guys can do is really review your notes. So I did this thing last year that's called like um, 10 24/7. So 10 minutes after class, I would just like quiz myself, just like, what caused the Mongols to like invade this certain area? And then I would just answer like that. So, and then 24 hours later, I would just be like, reviewing my notes, studying, and then 7 days later, I would just do that ultimate studying, go all out, and then quiz myself. And then for the next time around, which is like a unit test, I would ensure that all the information I got from that lecture notes was solidified in my brain, and it was just like super helpful for me. So yeah, you guys could always use that. So it says after the day's lecture, like you guys could also do psychological studies that have proven the effect of practicing your overall academic performance. Yeah, psychology. If you guys like psychology and want to incorporate it into like learning about AP World History as well, that's a good way to go. So yeah. Next, you have reviewing your key concepts and like practicing multiple choice sources. Like you guys could do things like that. I know I used Khan Academy last year, and I also went on the College Board website just like review my key concepts, practice multiple choice, and then I would just like go on Fiveable, like watch a quick video right after I'm done. So if I didn't get something right or I didn't understand something, I would just like quickly clarify it, and then I was like set. So make sure you guys take those resources and use them to the best of your ability. Next, take a quiz. Yeah, like I said, these are a great way in analyzing your knowledge, and it really helps you guys in the long run as it just like opens your mind up to all of those different kinds of ways in which the AP test is going to be styled. So yeah, just always remember to use those resources you guys have to the best of your ability, because you guys have a lot out there, especially this year. I know you guys have like College Board where you guys go and you're like teacher unlocks whatever, and you guys do a quiz. So make sure you guys are doing well on those as well, because they're going to really help you. Okay. The testing effect, yeah, just remember that. So, note-taking models, we're going to be analyzing the different types of notes right here. And so here is version 1, which is the outlining method, and it's just an example of how I would do my notes. So I would just have my topic, Dar al-Islam, and then the time period, and then the subtopic, which was like the spread or expansion of Islam, and then you'll have like circa whatever, whatever right there. And then you'd have your key concept. So I made sure to list my key concept right there so I didn't forget it, and it was 2.1, and like it was just really right there so I could always remember it when I was going back to study, and it was super helpful. And in this outlining method, I divided it up into 4 different categories. You have the opposite, the Turks, the Mamluks, and then Islamic expansion. That's how I usually divided my notes. It was super simple, and I made sure not to fill up each point with too much information. So I made sure to like use equation symbol or like the addition symbol, which just means something plus something led to this something and equaled this something. So that's just like a really good way of how I used it. I don't know. I like math, so I just made it into like a mathematical equation. It just all relates to what you guys like better. If you guys have like a psychological way in which you guys would use it, like repetition, I don't know. Just make sure the notes you guys are taking just adheres to your kind of style, basically. And then version 2, which is the Cornell note method. It's just a more detailed, more like pedantic, more concise, not concise, but more uh, comprehensive way of taking your notes. So you see color, like highlights, you see your introduction, the Turks, the Mamluks, and then you see Islamic expansion. So yeah, you just look at it. You see how everything is like separated into their specific parts. That's how you would do your Cornell notes. And I know some persons like to put questions, but if you guys are going to put questions, make sure they're questions that you guys don't know, because when it comes time for you guys to revise these notes, you guys are you hopefully you guys would have learned something new to add to, like, not to add but to answer those questions that you guys made previously. And then for some Cornell notes, you would also have like your summary of what you just read or what you did, so that would be super helpful too. So this is the time in which you guys have any questions that you want to ask me. So it's a Q&A just about content recap, like whatever I went through in the slides, terminology from AP World History. Maybe you guys are struggling with some terminology that you want me to clarify. I can always help you guys with that. And then you have key events that have happened throughout world history. And you got like life experiences. How's it going? You could ask me how I'm doing. I'm good, like if you want to. And then you have your AP skills, your continuity and change over time. I don't know, your compare and contrast, whatever you guys feel like. And then just like overall examination skills, advice, what I did to prepare. You guys could ask me anything. And so I'll just leave that there for now. Make sure you guys have answered the polls, because it just gives me a good feedback of how your AP class is going. I'm just checking my questions. No questions. Yeah, Mr. Beckman asks, what are you guys studying right now in AP World History? I believe you guys would be on period 3. I mean, unit 3. So yeah, just like if you want to just text what's going on, comment what's going on in your AP class, you can. Okay, I'm just gonna revise my points. So before doing lecture notes, make sure you guys are prepared. Make sure you guys have gotten your good night's sleep. Then when it comes to taking your lecture notes, make sure you guys are actually doing them correctly, having those clean cut notes, make sure they're concise. Also, make sure you guys are being active listeners and active learners because it really helps you guys in the future. And then lastly, when it comes to taking lecture notes, which is the after process, make sure you guys have a video to jog your memory. Make sure you guys form study sessions, have those group dis- group discussions, and make sure you guys are bouncing off ideas from each other to put into your respective arguments. And then lastly, just revise your notes, review your notes, and practice your 10/24/7 or whatever. So, with that being said, no questions. I'm going to end this live stream and just going to leave you guys with make sure you go subscribe to Fiveable's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye, guys. See you later.